representatives of the university faculty, led by Donna Arnett, Provost. University officers, participants, and guests, led by Aaron Marterer, USC Registrar. The deans of the university, led by Audrey Korsgaard, Chair of the Faculty Senate. Members of the University Board of Trustees and distinguished guests, led by the Secretary of the Board. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the University of South Carolina, Michael Amaritis.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this great tradition, the May commencement exercises for the University of South Carolina class of 2023. Please remain standing as the University Commencement Orchestra, under the direction of Dr. Scott Weiss, accompanies soloist Peyton Parker, a candidate for the Master of Music in Opera Theatre degree, as she leads us in singing our national anthem, and afterwards, the invocation will be given by Reverend Rob Nichols, College Minister at First Baptist Church of Columbia.
Our Most gracious Heavenly Father, as we gather today to honor those who have accomplished so much, we want to remember that you have been kind to them, for they are here. No matter how many times they wanted to give up or doubted that they could do it, they did. And whenever we accomplish anything of true significance, we had a village of support, and we thank you for that support. We ask for a spirit of celebration and thankfulness, for this is a time to laugh, to smile, to hoot, and to holler, and for our hearts to be glad. Amen.
Please be seated. Thank you, Reverend Nichols, Ms. Parker, and all of our musicians. It is always a great privilege for me to share this special day with our graduating students and their families and friends. And graduates, make no mistake, this is a celebration. It's amazing how you filled this arena. Only Don Stelly can do this, other than this class, and you can see everybody that is here to celebrate with you. We celebrate your hard work, your resilience and perseverance, and your success. All these thousands of very proud people you see in the arena, over 10,000 today, have come here to honor you, and they have come to celebrate with you. So before we get too far into the ceremony, and we request from our guests to be quiet and respectful, I want to give them the opportunity to express freely and loudly the intense emotions of joy and pride that they have as I say, congratulations, class of 2023. You see, they love you. That's why they're here. Well done, everyone. And now let's get back to our regular commencement behavior with pomp and circumstance. You have probably been dreaming about this day for a long time. Commencement will be a very significant event in your life, and I hope you will congratulate yourselves for the hard work you have done to get here. This is also the high point of the year for everyone at the university who has played a role in helping you realize your dream of earning a college degree. Your professors, your advisors, your research mentors, and the many others among our staff members who have worked hard to make sure you were able to complete your academic journey. As you look back over your time at Carolina, you will remember the successes that we celebrated today, but also the challenges you may have faced to get to this point. And for this graduating class, the journey has not been what you expected when you first came to this campus. Many of you were members of the freshman class that arrived at Columbia in fall of 2019. The following spring, we all faced an unprecedented challenge with the COVID-19 pandemic, and everything changed. Although my wife and I were in Chicago in the spring of 2020, we remember very well the USC spring break of that year. You see, our son was a sophomore at USC at that time. He came for spring break to Chicago, and he never left until the next fall. And as many of you in the audience, I remember the competition for Wi-Fi access in our house, and I also remember the many times he complained about missing his friends. And usually this would take place after hours of communicating with them online. Here goes the Wi-Fi again. And the evenings that we have together, when he convinced us to watch Stranger Things on Netflix, which I have to admit it was kind of interesting, right? But as a family, we were among the fortunate ones. We were able to work from home, stayed healthy, and did not lose any of our family members or friends during the early and most challenging phase of the pandemic. Some of you faced these very difficult challenges at home, and still you're here today. And of course, all of you had to adjust from your much anticipated college experience to a completely unfamiliar pandemic experience that nobody liked. I know you were not expecting this, but all of you managed to adjust, overcome the hurdle, and reach your goal. And in the process, you became more resilient, a very important attribute for the rest of your life and for your professional careers. You can probably recall many changes and firsts during your time at Carolina. Maybe coming here was your first time to live in a different city or a different state. Maybe for the first time you traveled and studied abroad. Maybe you changed majors or added minors, and maybe more than once. And I'm sure you made many new friends here, and maybe some of them will be friends for life. Whatever your journey has been here, I hope that you agree that it was all been worthwhile. And now, you're looking ahead to another new beginning. It will be unfamiliar territory again, and you will encounter another new set of firsts in your life experiences. But I believe that you are ready for the changes ahead because you have succeeded at USC. You learn and you adapted. And as you will find again and again in life, it is how we adapt and what we learn that define how the future unfolds. When your diploma arrives, I hope that you will put it in a frame and hang it on a wall in your office or in your house. Let everyone know that you are a proud USC graduate, and let it be a visual reminder of the knowledge, values, and experience that you have acquired here. I hope this framed piece of paper will always remind you of the memories and friendships that were part of your years at Carolina, of the classmates, roommates, lab and study partners, and all the friends who made your college experience meaningful. Pat Conroy, the beloved author of South Carolina, wrote in one of his essays that South Carolina is a state of constant surprise, a state that on occasion can rise up and steal your soul with a magical moment. I suspect that during your time at USC, you have experienced some of these magical moments. This state would love to see you stay here, apply your talent, as well as the knowledge and expertise you have gained at its flagship university, become the next generation of South Carolina leaders, and improve the quality of life in our communities. And I know from my own experience that South Carolina will reward you with a few more of Pat Conroy's magical moments in your lives. Finally, don't forget that your degree also comes with responsibilities. You will hear me saying this when you confer your degrees, with all the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. This is consistent with our university motto, engraved in the seal of the university that I'm wearing, which translated from Latin reads, "Learning humanizes character and does not permit it to be cruel." As USC graduates, we expect that you will continue to live by these words. Be kind, be empathetic, use your knowledge to inspire action for the greater good. Whenever you can, take the time to assist those who may not be as fortunate as you are and who are struggling through their own journeys through life. This is the lasting legacy of your university and the education that it bestows on its graduates. This is what humanizing character means. After you walk across the stage and shake my hand, be kind. We have 2 more graduations tomorrow. And after you move the tassels on your caps from the right side to the left, you will exit this building as alumni, and you will begin your next adventure. It is the success of our alumni that defines the success of our university. I'm confident that you will do well, and I know that you will be our greatest ambassadors. Congratulations, class of 2023, and Godspeed. And now I would like to recognize the outstanding USC faculty members who were honored this spring with the university's highest faculty awards for their exemplary work. The recipients of these awards may be seated either here on the platform or in our audience today. All of them are listed in your program with their designated awards. Please join me in recognizing them now. Will the winners of this year's faculty awards please stand and recognize them? Congratulations to all of you, and thank you for your dedication and service to the University of South Carolina. Many individuals have helped you arrive here by guiding or supporting the university's progress. Please recognize the university's Board of Trustees, led by Board Chair, the Honorable Thad Westbrook, and Board Secretary Cameron Howell. Would the members of the Board of Trustees and the Board Secretary please rise to be recognized? Board service requires tremendous family support, and I want also to recognize the spouses, partners, and families of the members of the Board of Trustees who are here with us, as well as my wife, Iro, the First Lady of USC. Would these special guests please rise and receive our recognition? No great university could accomplish what it does without the full devotion and commitment of your teachers, your mentors, your research supervisors. So as our faculty now, representatives of the faculty that are with us, rise to be recognized, feel free to recall your favorite professor and recognize your favorite professor with their great work. Would the faculty members please rise? Finally, our very special guests whose support and guidance have been so important. Graduates, let's give a major welcome to your parents, grandparents, spouses, partners, children, uncles, aunts, nieces, nephews, neighbors, friends, everybody who is here to support you and everybody who has supported you for a number of years now, including the many of them who are Carolina alumni. Now it's your opportunity to express your emotions about your families and your friends. Let's recognize them. And now we come to the part of our ceremony where the university will confer its highest recognition, the honorary doctoral degree. We invite you to read the biographical information about today's honorary degree recipient, including her distinguished achievements, which you will find recorded in the degree citation printed in your program. They make clear why this individual brings genuine esteem to the university family. Provost Donna Arnett will now present the honorary degree candidates.
Mr. President, I have a candidate for the honorary degree, Doctor of Public Service, for her 50-year commitment to compassionate hospital patient care in her career as a nursing assistant, for her disciplined approach to parenting that serves as an inspiration to others, for her successful rearing of 2 men, and for her philanthropic support of other mothers. The University of South Carolina, with the approval of its Board of Trustees, now presents Frances Scott for the honorary degree of Doctor of Public Service.
Will the Honorable Thad Westbrook of the University's Board of Trustees and Cameron Howell, Secretary of the Board, please escort the candidate to the rostrum. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, acting on behalf of the people of South Carolina through the General Assembly of the state, I hereby do confer upon Frances Scott the degree Doctor of Public Service honoris causa, together with all the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities to that degree appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Scott.
Good evening, everyone. My words are just wow, unbelievable. Thanking each and every one of you all for being here. Wow, just wow. That's all I can say is thank you very much. I want to thank the University of South Carolina for honoring me with this degree. Wow again. It truly means the world to me is giving me this gift. Reflecting on my path, I see an assurance that this was all a part of God's plan. And being a nurse's aide at Roper St. Francis for over 50 years. Over 50 years, I started my health career as a single mom. And I truly enjoy taking care of patients and people. I still do that to this day. I have a foundation that is geared towards working single moms, still helping and sharing. I'm not going to read the rest of this. I am just so grateful for all that has been done and said this day. I will encourage each and every one of you single grads, stay the course. And even though sometimes it may look like it takes a long time, don't give up. Just stay the course. The journey might be hard, stay the course. Keep the path, don't get off. So again, I can say wow and thank you so very much. God bless you.
Before we move to awarding the degrees, we will take a moment to remember and honor the lives and legacy of the students from our South Carolina family who we have tragically lost this year. There is a seat reserved in the first row today, right here, draped in regalia in their memory. Let us pause for a few seconds and remember them at this moment. Thank you. Commencement is a special occasion for all who have earned their degrees. We are proud to be among a small number of large public universities who still recognize each candidate by name. Please help us preserve the dignity of this meaningful tradition and allow each graduate to enjoy their moment when their individual name is called by respectfully holding your applause and congratulations until we have finished calling names. Trust me, I'll give you plenty of opportunity to celebrate again at the end. This ceremony is also being broadcast live on the USC website, and you will be able to watch your graduate special moment online after the event. And now is the time that we're all waiting for. Provost Don Arnett will present the candidates for degrees.
Will the candidates for degrees please rise? All of you, please rise. Mr. President, all candidates who stand before me and others who cannot be present but whose achievement is being recorded officially by the university, having completed the requirements for their respective degrees, are herewith recommended by the faculty of the university for the conferral of their degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in the University of South Carolina by the people of this state, acting through their representatives in the General Assembly and on the Board of Trustees of this institution, and on the recommendation of the faculty thereof, The University of South Carolina confers upon each of you the degree for which you have been recommended, together with all the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Members of the graduating class will please come forward as their names are called. As you've heard before, we ask all members of the audience to remain in their seats throughout this program, and that you, our guests this afternoon, withhold applause during the announcement of graduates' names. We ask this so as to not distract announcers, and also that we do not drown out any family member's name in order for each one to be heard clearly. The respect we show our last graduate today is as important as the respect we show to the first. Thank you in advance for your cooperation in maintaining the order and dignity of this ceremony. Dr. Cheryl Addy, Vice Provost and Dean of the Interim Dean of the Graduate School, will join President Emeritus and the respective deans to greet recipients of the graduate degree. Remaining candidates may now be seated. Dr. Stephen Cutler, Dean of the College of Pharmacy, will greet recipients from the College of Pharmacy.
Kayla Denise Allen, Jose Bonilla Traverso, Rebecca Rose Brown, Lauren Margaret Keynes, Patrick Joseph Daly Jr., Amelia King Hornaday, Darius Lee Fisher, Stephanie Frierson Rios, Anna Kate Funderburk, Angel Sarah George, Alice Patricia Jang, Macy Reagan Goodman, Madeline Michelle Harper, Natalie Marie Harris, Taylor Harrison, Ellie Antoine Gerdak, Alyssa Corinne King, Casey Brianna Landreth, Nyla Goodson Ledford, Connor Alexis Lee, Rebecca Georgianne Lewis, Alexander Loftus, Rebecca Lynn Medlin, Caleb Russell Mosier, Minnie Ing, Tiffany Min Nguyen, Joanna V. Nixon, Karen Melissa Hawkins, Catherine Alexis Packard, Chidi Mascot Igolo Ogeli Jr., William Auburn Pitts, Serena Shahidpour, Alicia Nicole Springs, Patricia Jasmine Stansberry, Kara Taylor, Chloe Nashipai Watts, Tatiana Demetria Wells, Michael Arden Wyant, Shamai Wyatt, Anne Elizabeth Abrams, Julianne Anderson, Rebecca Ann Axon, Marcella Adebisi Babatunde, Margaret Manning Barabas, Catherine Blanding Bishop, Aaron Blaylock, Mylea Arlene Boconfuso, Jessica Chin, Naya Paige Conley, Morrigan Ashley Dearman, Reagan Lee Dennis, Krista Ilana Drozdowski, Jacob Nelson Ernst, Rachel Ann Etwaru, Mohammed Ahmed Farhan, Rebecca Ann Fogel, Jordan Ashley Franklin, Janet Victoria Goff, Georgia Nicole Guest, Kayla Janelle Hall, George Hanna, Maryam Abdel Fateh Hashem, Catherine Grace Hindman, Ellen Florence Hodgdon, Kennedy Ray Howard, Lillian Michelle James, Jonathan Wallace June, Julia Marie Keating, Kendall Reese Kerr, Joshua J. Kim, Brenna Kirsten Kynard, Olivia Marie Klassa, Jacob Garrison Christinger, Bethany Megan Lamb, Madeline Michelle Lemon, Christina Lynn, Catherine Bailey Lolis, Macy Anna Lucas,
Anisha Simone Muhafi,
Alexandra Mercina Marie McWalters, Morgan Elizabeth Mendez, Ashley Lynn Moffitt, Leah Grace Moreau, Nicole Elampero Mortel, Emery Ashton Moss, Chancellor Ki-Fong Win, Savannah Catherine Odom, Robert Connor Owens, Daniel Gregory Putman, Alexa Marie Risser, Emily Elizabeth Ruddisell, Gracie Eden Smith, Joseph Blake Smith, Rachel Soresser Smith, Dalen Jarrell Solomon, Bianca Antoinette Squilante, Hannah Grace Stewart, Emily Catherine Vitkus, Caleb Eyed Wadin, Dakira Catrice Wilson, Madeline May Zedeker.
Interim Dean, Associate Dean Abhijit Guha will greet recipients from the Darla Moore School of Business.
Aaliyah Juma Alkabi, Kevin Joyce, Kay Muse, Guillermo Daniel Pineda, Benjamin Montgomery Marlowe Jr., Thomas Preston Mason, Brendan Kenneth Merton, Samantha Ashlyn Veely, Eric Luther Baxley, Cooper Scott Hayes, Andrea Allison, Nidhi Sharma Aurora, Douglas Kahari Bailey, Rahul Butle, Ryan Carnes, Christopher Fannin, Kenneth Frazier Jr., Katrina Antoinette Goggins, David Royal Gregory, Connor John Gromlick, Vanique Free Harley, Marlena Rochelle Harris, Lauren Elise Hess, Jack Lawrence Howard, Ashley Richardson Jacobs, Jason Royce Coaches, Lawitz Lilamosha, Caleb William McLean, Shashank Nema, Joseph Hong Win, Holly Ray Olson, Danaya Prachayanan, Riley Chandler Prater, Jasmine Ghazi Saab, John Franklin Schuster II, Lee Beeling Smalley, William J. Steck II, John Todor, Henry Carl Frederick Wygant, Travis John Udrico, Shaima Al-Amri, Balsam Rashid Almari, Osama Al-Sad, Sebastian Ricardo Alvarado Nieves, Angelica Alde Ariola, Alakbar Balayev, Joying Ali Chen, Yevgenia Noel Christensen, Ryan Nicole Coman, Luca De Pascale, Catherine Claire DeVille, Sarah D. Diego, Madison Elizabeth Donahue, Nita Emadi Mayer, Juliana Franco, Paul Geringer, Ergay Gesmes, Hong Ji Han, Johannes Heinemann, Drupad Hindocha, Kayla Hooks, Isabel Egan Huntley, Kathleen Yechstein, Atafa Jatoy, Attila Keskin, Sarah Catherine Kincaid, Cassandra Lynn Kowalski, Yassine Lekal, Sarah Elizabeth Lindstrom, Atia Mahavanich, Giovanni Midigini, Aubrey Mendonça, Monica Migliorini, Alicia Ann Miller, Justin John Majinski, Tanya Parik, Rabia Kamar, Madison Grace Ann Roller, Robert Dylan Rush, David Fabio Scherra, Max Schmid, Burak Shanturk, Katrina Ann Stefan, Robin Thomas, Gabriella Vichidomini, Jaquan Lamont Williams, Isaac Alexander Williams, Jada Amaya Worrells, Travis Jong, Julia Rebecca Babineau, Joseph Peter Belmonte, Rafael Angel Davila Zambrano, Austin Parrish Goebel, Shreya Kandula, Konstantinos Katsoulis, Malika Khanum, Logan Douglas Kinnear,
Fatima Al-Rumahi,
Karthik Midha, Jordan Martin Montiel, Joachim Rithwik Sagairaj, Prithvi Lekhan Samaya Mantri, Abhineet Sharnagat, Jennifer Lee Starkman, Ponaganti Venkata Tarun Kumar, Donghyun Wang,
William Zachary Galinsky,
Matthew Abohamzi, Antonia Danielle Adams, Bryce Frederick Adams, Cooper Jackson Adams, Dylan Austin Adams, Forrester Bailey Adams Jr., Jillian Hope Adams, James David Adaman, Robert John Adamitis, Kylie Agabashian, Alexander Stephen Alquist, Camille Sophia Jean Ahola, Anthony Ahumada, Abigail Elizabeth Akers, Batraz Albigov, Theodore Andrew Albrecht, Caroline Margaret Aldridge, Katie Alexander, Kenneth Baldwin Alexander, Anthony Francis Alizio, Katie Marie Allen, Nathaniel Reed Aman, Ben Stephen Ambo, Jason Andrew Ames, Stephanie Ann Amadeo, Morgan Lee Amos, Kiera Jakaya Patrice Ankrum, Russell Frank Anderson III, Samuel Andrews, Evan Terrence Angelucci, Laisa Antunes Machado, Maxwell Christopher Armour, Caleb Christian Arnold, Madeline Leah Arup, Yuna Asano, Nicholas Ash, Brielle Page Acero, Jackson Ashley, Kayla Mackenzie Athey, Emma Marie Autry, Lily Avercamp, Elizabeth Sally Babb, Griffin Alexander Bachtel, Sean Ryan Bayless, Julia Kathleen Bagnell, Kayla Marie Barr, Hannah Gray Bailey, Colin James Baker, Shane Patrick Bakley, Adelaide Grace Baldwin, Mackenzie M.J. Balzer, Luke Tyler Banner, Chloe Elena Barbanel, Kevin James Barber, Autumn Elizabeth Barfield, Christopher Michael Barna, Catherine Hanlon Barnes, Paul Barone, Joseph Anthony Barrientos Fierros,
Megan Berry,
Brady James Bartels, Landon Eric Bauer, Grant William Baum, Ryan Patrick Balmer, Alexander Charles Bauer, Julia Grace Bavagnoli, Samuel David Baxley, Zachary Hunter Bean, Eric Allen Beck, William Christopher Bell, Gregory Cooper Bell, Pranav Belakuti, Sawyer Belanger, Thomas Lloyd Benedict, Allie Judith Bennett, Joseph Eduardo Agustin Benoit,
Robert Michael Boschnagel,
John David Benson II, Grace Isabella Beers, Cole Edward Berger, Sarah Helen Berlin, Livia Bernabo, Reed Barton, Nicholas Scott Bernard, Mary Elizabeth Bernstein, Jane Madeline Berry,
Christopher Battaglio,
Tanner Ramsey Bethay, Meher Bhatt, Jake David Birkmeyer, Colin Royal Bischoff, Evan Williams Black, James Howard Blair IV, Jenna Catherine Blair, Kirby Anna Blakely, Harriet Claire Blatney, Tucker Robert Bledsoe, Logan Rice Blomberg, Kaylin Val Blufort, Sean Robert Blumline, Holden Parker Bob, Erica Bober, Mackenzie Boxstaller, Connor Patrick Bohm, Nicholas Ryan Bain, Garrett Matthew Bokel, Alexander Michael Betger, Ashley Florence Boggs, Michael George Bolger, Abigail Catherine Bollinger, Connor Walker Bolton, Jackson George Bonade, Patrick Devon Bontrager, Lee Dryden Boone, Victoria Rose Borowski, Nicholas Peter Borsari, Camille Brooks Bolware, Harry George Bovey IV, Hannah Boyajeff, Chandler Paul Boyd, Margaret Boyd, Dev Boylan, Michael Francesco Bozzi, Grace Elizabeth Bozzo, William Brandenburg, Jack Preston Brantley, Elizabeth Alley Brash, Juan Bernardo Bravo, Alexander Christopher Brewer, Olivia Bridwell, Zoe Catherine Britt, Erica Lynn Brocato, Jacob Darren Brodsky, Andrew Cameron Brogan, Olivia Ruth Brooks, Chase James Brooksbank, Barrett Wilson Broom, Elizabeth Bradley Brown, Grant Russell Brown, Terrence Michael Brown, Olivia Charlotte Bruni, Dylan Richard Bryant, Stephen Tate Bryson, Isabella Claire Bucaro, Camden Benemeyer, David Stanley Bunetta,
Carson Lee Burke,
Porter Burkett, Cole Evan Burkhart, Sarah Elizabeth Burns, Dylan Michael Burris, Mary Grace Butler, Catherine Philomena Marie Budarazzi, Caroline Nicole Bird, Joseph Bauman Calhoun, Michael William Kelly, Kelly Michelle Campbell, Lily Suzanne Campbell, Caitlin L. Cannon, Nicholas Caparossi, Victor Anthony Carbone, William John Carey V, Britt Hammond Carmer, Morgan Anya Carney, Shayla Alexis Carney, Ronan Patrick Carroll, William Carroll, Judge Mercer Caruth, Harrison Rudolph Ellis Carter, Sarah Jane Casper, Danielle Sophia Castell, Jose Daniel Castillejos Torrevilla, Corey Abbott Cates, Graham Bennett Cadillac, Emily Allison Cont, Luca Andrew Cella, John William Chambers Jr., Cassandra Delaney Shamley, Alexandria Danielle Cheek, Fendi Chen, Jason Chen, Jessica Chen, Alex Tien, Sam Rocco Cherisi, Grayson Marshall Childress, James Robert Chinigo, Ishan Ashish Chitale, Richard Emery Choicer, Zachary Christensen, Kevin John Christman, Thomas Sky Christie, Keaton Allen Chug, Philip Chung, Gabrielle Ryan Ciparone, Easton Robert Joseph Cipressi, Nicholas Thomas Citrano, Mathilde Kless, Matthew Peter Clare, Kinsey Marie Clark, Molly Kate Claxton, Paige Elizabeth Cleary, Jacob Clemens, Caroline Cleason, Eleanor Stanton Coakley, Colin Coates, Henry James Coates, Hayden Cobb, Camila Cobo, Emma Corinne Cogan, Domenico Colavita, Alexis Victoria Cole, Kaylee Cole, Zoe Olivia Cole, Robert Colalori, Gabrielle Ella Como, Bennett Louise Companion, Joshua Conley, Madison Abigail Connolly, Alex Cooper, Emma Ruth Cornelius, Madison Grace Cornwell, Caroline Mary Corsello, Thomas James Costello, Paige Elizabeth Cote, Harrison Morgan Catone Cherdak, Sophia Elizabeth Council, Camila Covas, Cantishwa Covington, Jonathan Williams Coles, Sarah Nicole Kalman, Jack Philip Cox, Henry Claire Cram, Kayla Faith Craner, Michael Philip Carroll Crawford III, Skylar Morgan Cribb, Nicholas Crosby, Erin Elizabeth Crotty, Alton Crowley, Trevor Parker Carden Crocker Jr., Joseph Anderson Crunkleton III, Ian Edward Cuddy, Nayela Imani Culler, Daniel Blaze Cullity, Cole Avery Cummins, Kindle Sierra Curtin, David Scott Curlin, Caroline Ann Curran, Charles Raymond Curran, Elizabeth Brenna Curran, Spencer Martin Curran, Mara Scott Curry, Mallory Sylvia Cushing, Daniel John Dabness, Robert Lars Dahl, Robert Joseph Danton II, Jonathan Michael Datoma, Maxwell David Darty, James Rory Davenport, Colin Eugene Davidson III, Grace Elizabeth Dalton, Mason Bradley Davin, Laurel Elaine Davis, Mason Alexander Davis, Wesley Anderson Davis, Elizabeth Marie Davison, David Alexander Dawkins, Carrington Dean, Harrison Stephen Dean, Jaden McKinley Deathrage, Eva Joy Decker, Brooke Cassidy DeGrande, Justin Daniel de Guzman, Catherine Mary Delaire, Spencer Cole DeMarcus, John Edwin DeMartini, Dylan Pierce Dennis, Luke Matthew Dench, Anna Elizabeth Daracel, Joseph Peter Desiderio, Elizabeth Cooper DeJordy, Joshua Brendan Devine, Sarah Angela Dio, Charles Cade Dickerson, Jared Reese Deemer, Charlie Royal Dillon, David Dinakaran, Zachary Thomas Dissington, Catherine Denise Dixon, Dane Matthew Dobleski, John Harvey Dodds, Liam Thomas Donahue, Catherine Elizabeth Doonan, Troy Daniel Doran, Chase Hamilton Dorn, Andrew Cage Dorian, Taylor Kai Dorsey, Lauren Nicole Douglas, Liam Frederick Dowling, Jack Patrick Downs, Macy Alexandria Doyle, Riley Elaine Doyle, William Harris Dozier III, Christian Alexander Drake,
Juliana Renee Drexel,
Richard Drucker, Trent Robert Dumont, David McKay Dunaway, Colin James Dunn, Thomas Joseph Dvorsky, Emily Page Eady, Quavion Jaquarius Earl, Jeffrey Thomas Easterday, William Zachary Eddy, Zion Deshawn El Khalifa, Mary Copeland Ellen, Wilhelm Watson Elliott, Brian Andrew Ellis, Eliza Grace Epps, Nicholas Owen Epstein, Caroline Marie Erdman, Margaret Marcel Eschenbach, Samuel Joseph Etkin, Alyssa Grace Eubanks, Thaddeus William Evans, Jessica Denise Everett, Ailish Fahey, Alec Paul Falzone, Mason Lee Fanning, Gabrielle Fasty, Matthew Lewis Feeks, Rebecca Alice Fenton, John Edward Firkany, Connor Boston Fern, Jake Ryan Fiedler, Chase Goodman Fedor, Charles Joseph Fincher, Adam Francis Fingerlin, Veronica Jolie Finnan, Madison Grace Fiorino, Timothy Franklin Fishbein, Rebecca Pauline Fisher, Kylie Madison Fitzpatrick, Jenna Cherie Flake, Jacqueline Dora Flannery, Gibson Michael Flock, Aidan Thomas Flood, Jacob Waverly Floyd, Caleb Daniel Four, Savannah Rain Foray, Carissa Lynette Forey, John William Forster, Samantha Lee Foster, James Patton Fowler, Jessica Ann Fox, John Joseph Fox IV, Nicholas Caldwell Frame, Jack Riley Frank, Ryan Diego Franklin, Stephen Gerard Fredenberg, Jordan Ayana Freeman, Lane Marie Freitag, Emma Layton Frieden, Timothy Wendell Fritz, Peyton Marin Fronapfel, Logan Eddie Frost, Banks Walton Fryer, Grant Ryan Fuller, Margot Ezra Gazer, Desmond Gilliard, Benjamin Ross Garner, Connor James Garrett, Taylor Marie Garrison, Samuel George Garthright, Elizabeth Gatchelis, Tara Christine G., Kaylee Anna Geibel, Brick Alexander Garner, Nicholas Leandro Genoese, Madeline Ann Gerlach, Devin Giacomini, Theodore Robert Giandana, Alexandra Brooksley Gibbons, Jeffrey Paul Gibson, Nicholas Genest, Thomas Bruno Joffrey, Mike Giordano, Jackson Raymond Giovanelli, Will Githmark, Morgan Elizabeth Giddings, Jacob Ray Glasgow, Gracie Brooks Gladding, Sophie Delory Gleckner, Margaret Ravnell Godbold, Connor Godfrey, Daniel Patrick Golden, Joshua Phillips Goldman, Cameron Hannah Goldsboro, Daniel John Gonsalves, Paul Edwin Good IV, Devin Ignatius Goodbody, Ethan Goodman, Lucas Gorbing Aver, Carson Marion Gorenflow, Yanni Theodore Gormanos, Catherine Elizabeth Grabner, Emery Spencer Graham, Summer Julia Graham, Rebecca Jane Grant, Regan Marie O'Brien Graves, Dylan Gray, Caitlin Gray, Nicole Alexis Gray, Peyton Olivia Gray, William Henry Gray II, Connor John Green, Parker Wyndham Green, Tatum Lee Green, Avi Jacob Greenfeld, Kobe Scott Greenwald, Jeffrey Bennett Greiner,
Brett Thomas Griffith,
Cole Garrett Grilliot, Guy Grauber, Mary Catherine Gross,
William Danzel,
Robert Cathcart Grubbs, Dylan Pierre Guida, Andrew Anthony Guidi, Gresham Nicole Gunter, Benedict Thomas Geyer, Allison Irene Haffrell, Paul Charles Hagley IV, Cameron Hale, Griffin Michael Hall, Meredith Edgar Hall IV, Claire Ann Hanley, Carolyn Helene Hansen, Blake Richard Harney, Amanda Rachel Harper, Ariel Aaliyah Harper, Sierra Nicole Harrington,
Trinity Rain Harrington,
Elena Jude Harris, Allison Ava Hart, Sebastian Taylor Havala, Lauren Elise Hawkins, Brian Henry Hayes, Keegan Alban Hayes, Jackson Cobb Hayward, Rose Sheridan Haslam, Andrew James Head, Shane King Healy, Kira Healy, Rachel Beth Healy, Brian James Hebert, Catherine Ann Heffernan, Ian Granville Henry, Hamilton Alexander Hertz, Emily Elizabeth Hicks, Jack Robert Hicks, Drew Highfill, Frederick Staunton Hill III, Morgan Danielle Hill, Jake William Hilliard, Gracie Jane Marie Hillman, John William Halladin, Alina Twee Ho, Jacob Dylan Hackett, Bradley Thomas Hoffman, Lauren Caroline Hogan, Charles Franklin Hollis IV, Anna Elizabeth Holman, Harrison Gray Holmes, Michael Holt, Sichi Hung, India Kate Hoover, Gerald Thomas Hoppe, Emily Page Hormansky, Andrea Sarah Haupt, Logan Houston, Michael Connor Howard, Sean Edward Hoyer, Yalin Huang,
Sally Holgenson,
Nate Hubbard, Matthew Richard Hubble, Mia Ann Huber, Maxwell Charles Huddle, Elizabeth Barrett Hughes, Erin Therese Hughes, Connor Humphreys, Lily Bennett Hunt, Catherine Ann Hyde, Connor Michael Highland, Matthew James Inamorado, Austin John Intochia, James Thomas Irvin IV, Charles Ives, Alexander Peter Ivalella, Hunter Todd Jackal, Thomas Francis Jackman,
Nicholas Hochsprung,
Amir Sadiq Jackson, Carter Samuel Jackson, Catherine Grace Jackson, Malcolm Andy Jackson, Nicole Jackson, Jonathan Tyreek Jacobs, Matthew Allen Jacobs, Cooper Mackenzie James, Catherine McTeague Janis, Eva Marie Jaroszewski, Erica Valeria Jarvis Garcia, Mary Graham Jenkins, Anusha Jerry Pothala, Haowen Zhang, Hannah Grace Johnson, Samuel Lawrence Johnson, Jake William Jones, Nicholas Constantine Jones, Connor Stone Jordan, Madison Lindsay Jordan, Maya Delaney Jordan, William Francois Joseph, Kapil Shashank Joshi, Sham Ambadas Joshi, Kevin Judge, William Wesley Justice, Nicholas Michael Caberry, Emma Grace Cassani, Daniel Victor Kaiser, Tyler Philip Calliner, Benjamin Andrew Carnivus, Maxwell Garrison Case, Riley Francis Case, Brennan Scott Casper, Michaela Faith Keating, Grant Thomas Keene, Alexander Thompson Keith, Austin Thomas Keller, Ethan McIntyre Kelly, Gabriella Kelly, Hannah Kathleen Kelly, Ryan Anthony Kelly, Madeline Kent, Grace Catherine Johnson Kirschmar, Abby Killalay,
Sophia Coffer,
Rachel Elizabeth Killen, Brody Evan King, Caroline Morrissey King, Madison Marie King, Shannon Marie King, Mason James Kirby, Brian Karamigian, Nicholas Alexander Kitchens, Isaac Fletcher Klein, Julia Page Kleinwax, Sebastian Anthonius Clay, Christopher Joseph Knapp, Miller Grant Noble, Eric Christian Colvereed, Sanjana Kondapali, Ryan James Concoli, Caroline Lee Canarins, Max Kosmicki, Liam Fitzgerald Craig, John Edward Creshan Jr., Lila Jane Kroll, Kaylee Jo Krug, McKenna Lee Krull, Caitlin Elizabeth Crumwitty, Andrew Nicholas Krisnarich, John Arlen Kaberski, Jordan Rebecca Coopersmith, Haley Catherine Kurth, Niley Lahiri, Charles McInnes Langford, Gina Marie Lanos, Sully Lant, Gage Reed Lapina, Luke Asher Lapointe, Amanda Cara Lavala, John Sebastian Lavin, Robert Brooks Lawrence, Hunter Andrew Laycock, Ethan Grant Layton, Mark Charles Lazzaroni, Nicholas Piccoli Leader, Parker Thomas League,
Aiden James Lemort,
Zoe Ann Levitt, Howen Lee, Kang Hyun Lee, Tristan James Lee, Sophia Grace Langenfelder, McKenna Rose Lennox, Joseph Cooper Lassane, Thayer Anthony Leschko, Matthew Vincent Letieri, Jacqueline Nicole Letier, Jack Edward Levy, Aubrey Elizabeth Levine, Virginia Dawn Levy, Catherine Helen Lewis, Nicholas Taylor Lewis, William Franklin Lewis, Yutong Lee, Andy Lin, Russell Lawrence Lindsay, Shane Ellis Lippett, Xingru Liu, Jiwei Liu, Chad Robert Lazine, Colton Lee Lloyd, Madeline Lockhart, Matthew Thomas Long, Sonia Ang Long, Ivy Liu, Catherine Rita Lucas, Charlie Joseph Lucas, Madison Maria Lucchino, Brock Francis Lugo, Catherine Elizabeth Lum, Ethan Alexander Lustig, William Davis Leiden, Madigan Suzanne Lynch, Ethan Liness, Ian Edward McPhee, Joseph Arnoldo Madar, Mary Margaret Madden, James Madison, Mario Gerard Magna, Timothy John McGuire, Daniel Thomas Mahoney II, Katie Mae Mahoney, Brianna Marie Maya, Michael James Maisano, Ashvin Makija, Alejandro Miguel Malpica Rosas, Owen Donovan Mangan, Brendan Wallace Mann, Brianna Manfi, Justin Michael Maratea, Sydney Lee Markham, Sydney Alicia Marcuzzi, Laura Noel Markarian, Andrew Wayland Marks, Nathan David Marsden Jr., Duncan Cade Marshall, Ryan Martello, Derek Leith Martin, Michael Bryant Martin, Nicholas Vincent Martini, Gregory DeCamp Massey, Hannah Marsh Matthews, Ian Michael Matthias, Nicholas Joseph Matera, Joshua Keefes Matthews, Colin Paul Matuzak, Ryan Christopher May, Lydia Marie Mazzoli, Anna Catherine McAllister, Mason Ty McBride, Adelaide Connolly McCabe, Jared Joseph McCabe, Casey Thomas McCanna, Magdalene Ann McCarter, Sarah Elizabeth McClam, Jonathan Hunter McClellan, Aidan Patrick McCloskey, Shorndon Preston McLeod, Mariana Marie Mast, John Joseph McConaughey, Robert Nicholas McConnell, Abigail Lynn McCoy, Megan Frances McCullough, John Harrison McDermott, Cullen McDonald, Gillian Camille McDonald, Connor William McDonough, Jack Anthony McGonigal, Olivia Lee McGonigal, Nolan Thomas McGrath, Morgan Guadalupe McGuire,
Claudia Grace McKellar, Jacqueline Carolina McKenna,
Marielle Hunter McKissick, Tiernan McLaughlin, Ryan Christopher McNeely, Aidan Thomas McNeil, Aidan Christopher McNulty, Emma Grace McPhenia, Rahitya Mehta, Jacob Edward Meyer, Christopher Eric Meinke, William Medley Meeland, Alex Tomas Mendez, Adwaitha Sujesh Menon, Drew Elizabeth Meno, Matthew Keith Murky, Paul Thomas Messina, Ethan James Meyer, Alexa Mazzanotti, Sarah Marie Michalski, Allison Sue Mickus, Trent Allen Middlebrough, William Andrew Millam, Samantha Ann Millendorf, Ethan Zachary Miller, Bailey Renee Mitchell, Kanari Mobley, Jordan Mackenzie Murley, Neil Mohan, Sophia Alexis Monsma, Casey Champion Montgomery, Isabel Lisa Monzavafar,
James Richard Moore,
John Thomas Moore, Mackenzie Ann Morman, Thomas Christopher Morgenthal, William Preston Morgeson, Lily Anna Morris, Daniel Morrison, Emily Noel Morton, Derek James Motley, Madeline Grace Mustafelos, Andrew Mullen Jr.,
Luke Mullen,
Emily Rose Mulligan, Caroline Ann Murphy, Eleanor Grace Murphy, William Allen Murray, John Ryan Mustansky, Christopher John Myers, Hank Myers, Jacqueline Ann Miles, Anna Elizabeth Nelson, Carter Nelson, Jaden Sierra Nelson, Shelby Catherine Nelson, Carrie Brogan Neville, Alexander John Newcomb, Braden James Newman, Emily Hopkins Newsom, Reedy Bike Newton, Elena Wang, Felicia Min Nguyen, Viet Nguyen, V. Ngoc Bao Nguyen, Eleni Francis Nickus, Samantha Joelle Nicholas, Riley Michael Nicosia, Julia Lynn Needswicki, Connor James Nolan, Gabrielle Marie Nolan, Jack Elliott Nolan, Emily Rose Norak, Justin Francis Normando, Warren John Norquist, Catherine Stewart Oberemt, Daniel George O'Brien, Aidan Edward O'Connor, Adam Douglas Odell, Mary Catherine O'Donnell, Olivia Claire O'Hare, Brendan James Nichols, Colin James O'Rourke, Riley James O'Rourke, Jacqueline Ray Orsack, Giselle Philomena Ortega Broughton, Ashlyn Noel Osborne, Mary Catherine O'Shaughnessy, Donovan Oots, Farrell Ann Owens, Sabrin Anaya Owens, Aisha Danielle Ozog, Joshua Dalton Pack, Kelly Elizabeth Packer, Abigail Faith Packard, R.V. Pololi, Anthony Patrick Papa, Michael Anthony Paragano, Mahika Dhiren Parikh, Lauren Parasek, Grace Yejin Park, John Thomas Parker, Reginald Delmario Parks, Shabangi Parmar, John Thomas Parnell, Ethan Michael Pascarella, Isabella Marie Pasquarella, Aryan Jayesh Patel, Akshar Sam Patel, Peel Tushar Patel, Raj Mukesh Patel, Rachel Prashant Patel, Ria Mitesh Patel, Vastav Janakbai Patel, Jessica Nicole Patrick, Cade Michael Patterson, John Andrew Patterson, Roman Patel, Sean Francis Patterson, Paras Padel, Alec Payne, Rachel Lee Pearl, Harrison Matthew Pearl, Lindsay Alyssa Pearson, Tyler Xavier Pearson, Madeline Elizabeth Pelham, Teresa Marie Pelly, Maya Angel Pelzer, Raul Eduardo Perez, Benjamin Alex Farella, Madison Ray Perry, Christina Marie Persico, Mackenzie Nicole Pascar, Mason Everest Petchel, Nico Peterson, Grace Mary Peterson, Daniela Brennan Patillo, Andrew Harper Pettit, William Hamilton Payton, Adam Edward Piesel, Zacharias William Futuros, Christopher Philbrick, Jackson Daniel Philippart, Kyle Tyler Phillips, Joseph David Pietrosini, Sydney Giselle Pinochet, Guillerme Poloja Pinto, Pierce Brock Patrick Placer, John Michael Platanis, Julianne Rand Plein, Joseph Stephen Polio, Amanda Francis Pometti, Annalise Rose Ponzi, Haley Mackenzie Poole, James Wesley Poston III, Ryan James Prizeman, Gianmarco Alessandro Price, Harley Perry Price, Alana Nicole Price, Madeline Grace Hamling Puckett, Davis Puckey, Salvatore Joseph Pooney, Anna Claire Louise Purcell, Ray Bing Chi, Anne Claire Quindoza, Emma Quinn, Ryan Edward Rayford, Jeanette Catherine Rallis, Nicholas Ian Spencer Ramantanen, Bridget Sangeetha Ravindra, Samuel Thomas Ray, Griffin Douglas Reith, Eric Freeman Reese, John Mercer Reeves Reed Jr., Andrew Joseph Reese, John Joseph Reagan, John Francis Rayhack III, Taylor Murphy Reed, Shane Robert Riley, Jacob Matthew Riley, Julian Avery Rice, Dylan Joseph Rentz, Ashley Ann Rootlinger, Luke Griffin Reynolds, Taylor Brooke Reynolds,
Katie Elizabeth Clampett,
Keaton Huntley Reinhardt, Harrison Levi Rhodes, Matthew Thomas Ricciardi, Margaret Ann Rice, Matthew Christian Richardson, Lauren Elizabeth Richard, Tommy Leon Riggins Jr., Zoe Christine Ring, George Saher Rishmawi, Matthew David Rittenhouse, Mackenzie Ann Roach, Matthew James Robar, Abigail Kate Roberts, Allison Bauer Roberts, Keyshawn Marquell Robertson, Michael Listern Robinson, Gerald Robison, Thomas Legree Rodenberg, Irelis Rodriguez Torres, Caitlin Marie Rogan, Liam Christopher Rogers, Pearson Charles Rogers, Christopher John Romano, Hunter Evan Root, Cheyenne Rose, Lauren Elizabeth Rosenbaum, Harrison Leo Rosenfeld, Camden Olivia Ross, Jill Taylor Ross, Roan Kira Ross, Reese Anthony Rossi, Joshua Matthew Ruskulp, Brandon Keith Rowley, Elizabeth Grace Royce, John Connor Rubick, Jackson Thomas Rudd, Thomas Thornton Runge, Douglas William Russell III, Abby Lauren Ryan, Finn Ryan, Quinlan Marguerite Ryan, Lucinda Ebnett Sadler, Emily Morgan Seidel, David Sane, Lauren Nicole Salazar, Kendall Blair Sampson, Dynasty Alexia Samuel, Benjamin Glenn Sanfratello, Miguel Lorenzo Sanchez, Haley Marie Sanders, Arya Sanglé, Kevin Thomas Sansone, Gabrielle Sargenti, Mary Grace Sarver, Anders Joseph Scapoli, Brody David Schaefers, Aaron Joseph Schickler, Benjamin Scott Schloter, Lauren Marie Schmidt, George Harris Schrademan, Tyler James Schramm, Riley James Schwartz, Jillian K. Schweitzer, Caden Securo, Anna Rose Seckel, Madeline Elizabeth Sellers, Emily Ann Senich, Denis Sergeyev, Nicholas Moriguchi Sargent, Tessa Kathleen Sergile, Gregory Warren Schaefer, Anush Shah, Yingjian Shao, Jack Elwin Sharatian, Brett Nathaniel Sharp, Jordan Emily Schatz, Caitlin Elizabeth Shaver, Thomas Andrew Sheely, Morgan Lane Sheffield, Kevin Michael Scheel, Kara Ann Shellmeyer, Jordan Philip Shermer, Bryson William Sherrill, Stephanie Ann Schuhart, Kashin Shao, Kelvin Witila Shahemi, John Edwin Shinneman, Samantha Ashlyn Short, Olivia Lorraine Showers, Yegor Stanko, Isaac Franklin Schumer, Jake Silverman, Joseph William Simmons, Taylor Lynn Simons, Caitlin Marie Siamaco, Christopher Hampton Sisson, Samuel Bauer Scahill, Arlo Larson Shea, Catherine Hope Skipper, Sophia Ann Scorup, Evan Hastings Slane, Earl Simmons Smalley IV, Haley Smith, Natalie Grace Smith, Stafford Thomas Smith, Taylor Jean Smothers, James Thomas Snipes, David Travis Sobek, Enrique Furtado, Kristen Rachel Soar, Kevin Franklin Sokol, Matthew James Solecki, Kyle Barrett Solomon, Pragya Sankar, Abhinav Santhwal, Angel Ann Saki Sortijas, Tyler Matthew Southard, Cameron Patrick Spates, Anna Elizabeth Spates, Olivia Rose Speakman, Lucia Veronica Spencer, Chasen Phipps Spicer, Amanda Lee Spiegel, Michael Andrews Velotris, Aaron Leonard Squibb, Paige Elizabeth St. Clair, Jake Charles Stafford, Morgan Emily Stakel, Jaden Thomas Stanek, Cooper Eleanor Stansel, Martin Linder Stark II, Mark Gregory Steffen, Sarah Ellen Steinmetz, Garrett Lewis Steneman, John Andrew Stenglein, Adam Randall Stewart, Barbara Reed Stokes, Joseph Herndon Stone Jr., Jack Vincent Strand, Aaron J. Strauss, George Murphy Canant Streetman, Stella Suzanne Strength, Ashley Streffler, Kurt Robert Leslie Strickler, Patrick Connell Sullivan, Charlotte Zoe Surrey, John Joseph Swidrick, Joseph Cade Swingle, Matthew Joseph Tannenbaum, Connor James Targonski, Donovan Charles Tate, Ann Taverney, Brock McLeod Taylor, Cole Michael Taylor, Lauren Elizabeth Taylor, Kyle Andrew Tazuma, Michael Eugene Teague III, Christopher John Tees II, Delaney Michelle Turling, Spencer Michael Testa, Andrew Jordan Thiel, Carolyn Thomas, Owen Connor Thomas, Seth Holland Thomas, Andrew Furman Thomason, Samuel Hagan Thomason, Grace Sheila Tygeson, Matthew Takarszewski, Banks Robert Todd, Holland Leanne Tolson, Mildred Elizabeth Tompkins, Donovan Tracy Toomer, Paul Thomas Francois Torlotting, Jake Preston Tosti, Andrew Schoen Toden, Remy Amarique Trader, Taylor Swanson Trafton, Jack Ryan Trainer, Kyle Joseph Trammell, Ashley Tran, Ryan John Truccio, Brennan Michael Turner, Catherine Claire Turner, Tyren Desorian Turner, Seth Twisdale, Grace Tyler, Benjamin Tynan, Juliana Elizabeth Tyndall, Megan Lynn U. Pritchard, Gabrielle Lynn Van Son, Brandon Michael Van Scoden, Abby Jean Vasenak, Carly Irene Vaughn, Alyssa Marie Vavra, Andrew Tyler Vindel, Dominic Michael Vanella, Madison Lee Vick, Andrew Robertson Vickery, Megan Viganola, Mateo Villacreses, Ali Raj Varani, Stefan Volk, Hallie Claire Volpe, Olivia Lauren Vonderhaar, Lance Vu,
Carter Vogt,
Scott Matthew Wagner, William Pete Wagner, Alexandra Ann Wolitis, Jacob Aubrey Walker, Justin Rasan Walker, Mary Campbell Walker, Nicholas Walker, Ben Wallace, Samuel Kent Wallach, Samuel John Walters, Ryan Patrick Walther, Junxiang Wang, Cordell Hayes Wanless, Brady Joseph Ward, Jacob Wallace Ward, Leighton Mark Ward, L. Elizabeth Warshawski, Chase Gunnar Wastler, Carolyn Jean Waters, Caroline Grace Watkins, Maxie Pierce Watson IV, Gavin Trey Watts, Carly Drew Watts, Hunter Dane Weaver, Sarah Pauline Weeks, Benjamin Andrew Wager, Alexander Bryce Weinberg, Julia Weissman, Robert John Welling, Spencer Wells, Mia Wemmisfelder, Joan Claire Wendt, Lindsay Grace Wentz, Benjamin Joseph Werner, Mackenzie Morgan West, Simon West, Corbin Lawrence Wethington, Albert Kent Weymouth IV, Tess Ann Wheeler, Madeline Grace White, Reagan Elizabeth White, William Berkeley Gerard White, Caroline Elizabeth Wick, Max Julius Weil, Samantha Dawn Wiley, Samuel Lee Wiley, Jeffrey Roger Williams Jr., Lily Abigail Williams, Macy Reese Williams, Tristan Williams,
Graham Christopher Wilson,
Mason Bryce Wilson, Michelle Diane Wilson, Ryan Alexander Wimmer, Kayla Marie Winnie, Corinne Elizabeth Winters, Bryn Nicole Worthland, Shannon Leah Witt, John Wolfe, Joshua Thomas Wolfe, Gabriella Page Wolski, Benjamin Lytle Wood, Davis Wood, Hannah Bella Rose Wood, Savannah Marie Woodall, Bryson Burrows Woodhouse, Gerard Benjamin Workman, Olivia Taylor Workman, Luke Robbins Worsham, Karen Julia Wozniak, Brendan Patrick Ray, Tyler Cantor Risley, Sydney Kate Ronoski, Donovan Te Wu,
Claire Margaret Wunderlich,
Alec Wyndham, Austin Michael Wyrick, Kara Grace Yagello, Alec Yassin, Craig Winston Yates, Alexis Ashton Yates, Jordan Yipju Earn, Catherine Ann Zahn, Kostas Zavos, Alexandra Jean Zeller, Zhang Yang Zhang, Shumin Zhu, Yiping Zhuang,
Haley Zimmons,
Thomas William Zukowski, Levi Zwernikowski,
Dean Jeanette Andrews, will greet recipients from the College of Nursing.
Alyssa Marie Arellano Bradford, Andrew Bacon, Ebony Bethay, Mahogany Bethay, Grace Beverly, Ludmila Sarheona Cassidy, Tyler Lynn Cole, Samantha Jean Crabb, Molly Waters Farhan, Victoria Ann Jackson, Catherine Elizabeth Mackay, Shannon Maher, Shermel Candace McCullough, Catherine Rochelle McNett, Sydney Nicole Miles, Allison Newton, Lauren Nicole Nix, Sonia Parker, Brandy Sutton Presley, Lauren Alexa Ritter, Rebecca Thomas Smith, Mackenzie Lane Arand, Brooklyn Elise Bailey, Dallas Ashley Bass, Andrew Reardon Belanger, Alexa Mae Bennett, Erica Bennett, Madeline Faith Benton, Grace Marie Berghoff, Isabella Block, Gabriel Jose Bolivar, Brooklyn Janae Boston, Carly Michelle Brinks, Catherine Elizabeth Browning, Jordan Alexandra Berkey, Catherine Marie Burry, Kelly Marie Byrne, Ethan Alec Ong Calderon, Avery Carmelo Cambria, Cassandra Fenn Capicelli, Brianna K. Carpenter, Jacob Tyler Cato, Timothy Edward Sigelski,
Liu Chen,
Jonathan Tyler Cook, Emma Jane Corner, Ashley Danielle Krim, Anna Virginia Dabney, Chloe Ann Dawson, Peyton Terry Deal, Aubrey Ann Deerstein, Mary Rose DuPont, Mackenzie Lauren Dooney, Sydney Lee Dozier, Mary Claire Duncan, Jack Ryan Dunlop, Emma Nicole DeZio, Olivia Falk, Riley Casa Fisher, Nicole Patricia Foley, Michaela Elizabeth Foreman, Ariella Noel Franchino, Abby Michaela Franklin, Christina Isabel Fuentes, Taylor Kathleen Galgano, Lily Annabelle Garcia, Zion Celeste Genovese, Hannah Grace Gibbs, Sarah Darina Gunderson, Talayla Ann Harper, Lindsay Harris, Jennifer H., Nicole Joy Hennington, Daniel Jesse Hinshaw, Kendall Michelle Holmes, Alexandra Paige Hughes, Koji Wayne Ishimori, Jania London Johnson, Aksa Plumkudathil Jose, Kendall Ann Kasmar, Caroline Elizabeth Kilborn, Emily Kayla Krantz, Anna Lodgy, Kaylee Michelle Lark, Lauren Catherine Lowe, Brianda Lynette Lowry, Hannah Sarah Lutz, Cecilia Grace MacDonald, Hannah Elizabeth Matarang, Sydney Marie Madonna, Sarah Dillon Mallon, Alacia Manigault, Hannah Jane Manley, Jenna Nicole Martin, Lauren Elizabeth Faye Martin, Elor Mayan, Mason Mazurek, Kaylee Ann McCardle, Caroline Elizabeth McDonald, Brianna Nicole McErling, Madeline Rose McInnes, Cecilia Branch McWhirt, Hadley Grace Meckes, Sydney Marie Medeiros, Molly Claire Mitchell, Lauren Alexis Michelli, Emily Elizabeth Moonin, Melissa Ann Moore, Morgan Elizabeth Morris, Caitlin Ray Mullen, Heather Morgan Olexu, Stephanie Teresia Ornduff, Emily Oxendine, Samantha Grace Paskey, Lily Petapolu, Carol Ann Nicole Pippin, Anna Marie Christine Puglia, Morgan Elise Rabineau, Lauren Grace Rains, Darby Judith Reed, Alexandra Renee Rizza, Palmer McRae Rowan, Juliana Marie Rublev, Kayla Marie Schoaf, Faith Elizabeth Skirpo, Timber Dawn Scott, Kaylee Shelby, Hope Smith Bridges, Joshua Keogh Staple, Curry Ashlyn Stevens, Abby Mackenzie Sterner, Sadie Jean Stevens, Taylor Leslie Stevens, Colby Lane Summers, Allison Catherine Sundias, Caitlin Nicole Surratt, Ava Timpson, Joanna Ray Van Valkenburg, Haven Mackenzie Vines, Alexis Marie Wack, Kenzie Wallace, Michaela Brooke Walters, Madison Mackenzie Ward, Ava Nell Warren, Caroline Elizabeth Waxman, Sierra Nicole West, Lauren Wheeler, Jada Anaya Williams, Mary Mason Williams, Emily Ruth Wills, Kristen Michelle Wixie, Elizabeth Corinne Wood, Megan Elizabeth Woody, Stephanie Ann Yano, Rebecca Jean Ziegler.
Dean Thomas Chandler will greet recipients from the Arnold School of Public Health.
Emily Farrell, Jordan Lynn Abramzik, Daniel Christopher Bishop, Anna Pearl Dunbar, Abigail Mary Edwards, Sona Ann George, Nadia Zulfikar Guman, Emma Lee Jackson, Anna Karen Jaramillo, Kelsey Ann Underwood,
Haley Gabrielle Williams.
Sterling Ann Wyndham, Kayla Renee Adams, Ketki Nandkishore Borse, Caitlin Amber Chandler, Maria Frateroli, Daniel John Heitke Jr., Jennifer Mejia, Mark David Perez Jr., Michael Orlando Kendall Priester, Kushali Kayor Shah, Ishan Sutar, Morgan Lee Temerson, Ryan Enrique Albino, Samuel Angeles, Heather Nicole Avalone, Cameron Alexander Beard, Sarah Catherine Binkley, Tyler Bouchard, Sarah Elizabeth Branning, Tristan Briggs, Erica Danielle Brooks, Nyasia Monet Burl, Corinne Carboni, Randy Cho, Beth Louise Clayton,
Sarah Catherine Coleman.
Victoria Elizabeth Crooks, Emma Caroline Crump, Lauren Barbara Daniels, Abigail Brooke Davis, Reed Damas, Denise Alexandria Erskine, Ashlyn Lee Feeney, Abigail Champagne Field, Alexis Janae Folks, Sydney Paige Grimes, Matthew John Ikawa, Caitlin Alyssa Jones, Hannah Ruth Kilps, Gyante Kim, Brittany Nicole Kling, Jessica Cheryl Kozar, Mark Anthony Lara, Antoinette Lee, Jack Sullivan Laker, Brianna Marie Mamana, Avery Nicole Manbeck, Mahima Dinesh Matre, Nathaniel John Millay, Caitlin Rose Mall, Logan Moore, Peyton Ashley Mosher, Zachary Motzko, Jacob Richard Nelson, Tiffany Mariah Nolte, Ria Ranchodbai Patel, Sujal Patel, Elizabeth Pereiro, Jocelyn Lee Pinkerton, Brianna Renee Portillo, Judith Grace Rea, Nathaniel David Rhodes, Allison Ruth Rhodes, Kelly Ryan, Alex Shump, Caitlin Takis, Madison Jane Tomasic, Christine Torson, Lacia Velamakani, Rachel Elizabeth Wade, Lucas Jacob Wagoner, Christina Michelle Wellmaker, Jamie Whitney, Megan Louise Willison, Micaiah Wilson, Grant Gwaine Yee, Samuel Gates Adams, Madeline Grace Atkinson, Kate Noel Ahara, Casey Elizabeth Atchison, Tanisha Lacole Albury, Megan Lawrence Al-Khalil, Alexa Grace Armstrong, Braden Shea Armstrong, Aubrey Garnett Bailey, Emma Marie Barentine, Kirsten Elaine Beckner, Kayla Bazinski, Sierra Elise Behrens, Serena Garland Burnson, Hannah Bernstein, Abigail Elizabeth Berquist, Alexis Ray Best, Jackson Lewis Blanton, Austin Allen Boone, Matthew Gregory Batone, Carissa Elise Branyan, Cassidy Lee Brendel, Isabel Emily Burkhart, Sarah Nicola Burr, Emma Elizabeth Canterbury, Elena Kate Carabo, Justin James Cardona, Mackenzie Faith Carino, Avery Connell Carter, Amina Lynn Shar, Bonnie Ann Dreyer Chapman, Ariana Chirico, Mabry Anna Choate, Margaret Ann Sissel, Ashley Brianna Clark, Kyle William Clark, Mary Margaret Coates, Amanda Desiree Kaufman, Felicity Elizabeth Collum, Hannah Grace Cooler, Matthew Cooper, William Trevor Cox, Hannah Gates Crow, Peyton Hope Dalton, Abigail Daniel Perez, Brooke Victoria Davis, Carson Riley DeWalt, Mason Elizabeth Dean, Ashley Morgan DeSantis, Linda Marie Dingus, Lexi McClung Dixon, Carly Creech Douglas, Ellery Caitlin Downs, William Wright Dudley, Sydney Ann Ellis, Tanner Layton Epps, Chelsea Abelina Fajardo, Mackenzie Farmer, Jordan Noreen Fawcett, Samantha Jane Feeney, Jacob Charles Fisher, Brianna Kendall Forshee, Brooke Allison Forshee, Alana Ladison Gabrielle Fowler, Jewel Ivana Yashabet Ganaway, Claire Elizabeth Gibson, Ava Margaret Garrick, Marissa Lynn Gilhooly, Caitlin Marie Giuseppe, Emma Grace Goodrum, Mackenzie Annalise Graham, Seth Greeley, Austin Green, Isaiah D'Angelo Green, Jillian Tamara Greenlee, Rachel Amanda Grothier, Elizabeth Ann Goodis, Amelia Gary, Jared Gutstein, Emma Elizabeth Haddon, Kalia Simone Harris, Abigail Elizabeth Hartberger, Isla Catherine Hast, Bird Housel, Mackenzie Helton, Abigail Rose Henderson, Haley Maureen Hendricks, Cassandra Suzanne Hett, Duncan James Hewitt, Natalie Simone Hirsch, Carter Michael Horton, Hayden Carl Huff, Mary Catherine Huth, Jane Southard Jacobs, Dalton Nicholas James, Latoria Angeline Tykeria Johnson, Mary Catherine Jones, Brian Joseph Keene, Abby Nicole Key, James Stephen Curvin, Bailey Ray Klauser, Sophia Helena Kraus, Elizabeth Grace Kurtz, Rita Laliwala, Peyton Olivia Lane, Blake Andrew Latta, Savannah Marie Lee, Cassidy Lynn Lena, Sydney Ann Leonard, Vanessa Sloan Leroy, Lakin Marie Luthauser, Marlissa Ariana Linder, Jared Tucker Lipton, James Little, Megan Catherine Little, Piper Catherine Lovell, Jarrell Anthony Mack, Hannah Isabel McGee, Olivia Rose Marciano, Taylor Elizabeth Martin, Sarah Bailey Massa, Avery Jordan McBride, Callie Marie McGough, Alexis Amelia McIntosh, Ryan Guimares Mitze, Janie Mendoza Herrera, Samantha Joe Meneses, Evington John Bradley Miller, Elena K. Monaco, Macy Joe Morgan, Dasani Aviel Morris, Lauren Mulder, Alexia Rain Neely, Ashley Ann Ney, Rebecca Claire Nix, Sarah Catherine O'Connor, Edie O'Keefe, William Price Owings, Jaslyn Faye Parker, Madison Suzanne Parker, Pooja Narendra Patel, Ria Divyesh Patel, Greer Alexis Peacock, Charlotte Ilsa Perry, Amar Neville Prasad, Madison Lee Pierce, Maritza Lucia Plattis, Jordan Aniston Pomar, Andrea Lucia Popescu, Madison Faith Puente, John Rollier, Luisa Fernanda Ramirez, Cameron Faith Richards, Leah Camille Richardson, Ranella Marie Winona Riley, Olivia Robinson, Rachel Marie Roger, Garrett Rogers, Olivia Catherine Romine, Gurujal Kaur Rupra, Mara Grace Russell, Madison Elizabeth Ryder, Lara Elizabeth Salzberg, Taylor Ashlyn Sandifer, Brianna Lee Schmaltz, Mary Margaret Sewell, Kristen Davis Shannon, Kennedy Raylan Sharp, Shannon Marie Shealy, Kobe Nathaniel Shelton, Heather Reagan Short, Julia Seaman, Madalena Amy Silvestri, Brooklyn Hope Sims, Bailey Grace Sizemore, Caitlin Smith, McKenna Wakefield Snyder, Eric J. Sun, Jordan Haley Southard, Kira Nicole Struther, Stephen Alex Sullivan, Dominique Ann Terrell, Alyssa Kushner, Olivia Frances Toomer, Julia Erin Topping, Sophia Michelle Torgerson, Caroline Pearl Turbeville, Sarah Elizabeth Usry, Parth Vashi, Victoria Gail Walker, Clarissa Gabrielle Wallace, Hannah Grace Wathen, Catherine Louise Weaver, Madison Lee Weishar, Sherelle Andrea Faith Wigfall, Hope Elizabeth Wilbur, Kaylee Abigail Willett, Zena Tytrice Williams, Claire Daly Williamson, Grace Lynn Wooten, Laura Zuluaga, Maya Grace Abohamzi, Samantha Medina Addis, Adeola Olowakamikun Adebajo, Heidi Annabelle Alex, Amelia Hong Anderson, Carly Paige Anderson, Charlotte Joan Anderson, Rebecca Marie Artiaga, Julia Claire Asiello, Allie McWillie Autry, Zachary Martin Azar, Pierre Richard Neodokwe Badu, Vanessa Tyler Baggio, Lily Ann Bagley, Eleanor Ross Barnett, Arvin Joshua Barrion Bautista, Cassidy Nicole Bayer, Paige Delaney Beans, Zoe Patricia Beausoleil, Gabriel Begley, Emily Marie Ben, Maria Adele Beegler, Erin Ann Black, Julia Elise Bland, Madison Marie Blatter, Julia Rose Blay, Zachary Thomas Bloom, Angeli Grace Borsum, Rachel Olivia Bowling, Hannah Jewel Bracken, Jacob Reed Brandt, Sydney Jean Talbot Brewster, Dalton James Bridges, Margaret Elaine Bryan, Ryan Sheridan Brockman, Elizabeth Christine Brouch, Hope Brown, Kimber Danielle Brown, Mia Christine Bruno, Abigail Catherine Brunson, Jasmine Denise Bryant, Casey Marie Bono, Flynn Robert Burgess, Mary Catherine Burkholder, Rowan Burnett, Kara Burns, Jessica Samantha Carpel, Walker Carver, Megan Nicole Kazult, Natalie Ann Circle, Alexandra Millen Clifton, Alexis Kaylee Colasanto, Carly Kamalander,
Susan Conley,
Ashlyn Bly Connor, Haley Anna Korn, Victor Manuel Correa Jr., Vanessa Cortez Bernabe, Ashton Coulter Courtney, Emily Margaret Cowan, Shelby Ann Cowan, Kendall Cox, Zachary Nicholas Cox, Tegan Elizabeth Coyle, Megan Marie Crawford, Cameron Marie Kriminger, Madeline Page Crispin, Morgan Isabella Crocker, William Anderson Daniel, Hope Taylor Daniels, Anoshka Priyadarshini Das, Grace Hunter Davis, Cassidy Keeling Daw, Alana Maria D., Julia Cecilia DeBella, Julia Grace Douglas, Holly Lynn Eastridge, Julian Isaiah Eves, Molly Lee Edenfield, Greta Parker Ellenberg, Catherine Amsden Ellis, Michaela Deshone Engelad, Julia Claire Erickson, Patrick Scott Ertel, Griffin Shane Fickling, Samantha Najla Flayful, Catherine Elizabeth Flowers, James Braxton Foley, Caroline Gray Forsberg, Taylor Michelle Fox, Bria Danielle Fry, Emily Fuller, Asia Alicia Fulton, Daniel Paul Garifallen, Amelia Margaret Gavin, Taylor Elizabeth Jeannie, Casey Gillespie, Jackson Frederick Goddard, Jessica Goddard, Adam Harrison Getz, Nicole Rain Goldberg, Emily Lauren Good, Kyle David Goodman, Vienna Atria Guskowski, Kaylee Ann Gray, Ann Catherine Griffin, Emily Joanne Gunter, Casey Lynn Hansen, Macy Sinclair Harmon, Zachary James Harper, Robert Lance Harrelson, Amir Timothy Harris, Lorraine Maria Harris, Alexa Jane Hartman, McLaren Sadie Heck, Olivia Herbert, Peyton Elizabeth Hicks, Michaela Aaron Hill, Harrison Franklin Hines, Jacob Horton Holliday, Natalie Grace Hubler, Abigail Lynn Hugo, Abigail Lauren Hunter, Taylor Ann Hutniak, Emily Elizabeth Ice, James Davis Ivy, Kyla Jackson, David Wesley James, Lauren Alencia Jeter, Amber Joyce Johnson, Zoe Brianne Johnson, Alexander Davis Jones, Catherine Hauser Jones, Kaylee Victoria Jordan, Madison Claire Campworth, Anea Michelle Keenis, James Timothy Kennedy III, Claire Elizabeth Virginia Kerr, Skylar Elizabeth Kibbe, Sarah Abigail Kim, Stephen Russell Kingston, Abigail Marie Kloss, Alex Kong, Emily Rachel Kroll, Caroline McClintock Lafitte, Matthew Holden Lamb, Sean Patrick Lamontagne, Luz Estevania Lanzagorda Ruiz, Elena De Rosier Larson, Kira Ann Lasky, Tyra Chanel Latimer, Peyton Lindsay Law, Crystal Lee, Brianna Nicole Leach, Megan Lebo, Anna Lee, Hannah Rose Liley, Robert Braden Lewis, Lillian Christina Leopis, Ryan Daniel Long, Anne Frances Lorio, Mary Kate Lyons, Jana Elizabeth McLaren, Melina Kelly Madden, Reese Adeva Madigan, Anna Caroline Manley, Alexa Grace Marino, Michaela Brooke Markwalter, Julia Susan Matthew, Anna Maria Mazik, Britton Emily McCutcheon, Christopher Robert McGirt, Abigail Elizabeth McKinley, Jack Byron Mensch, Brenna Kaylin Myers, Madeline Claire Mikes, Annalise Rose Miller, Ashton Bart David Miller, Peyton Bart Edward Miller, Lillian Malott, Brendan Moore, Alejandra Zaire Morales Campbell, James Allen Moran III, Ana Catalina Moreno Duque, Alyssa Morgan, Andrew Guy Morrison, Josephine Aletha Morrissey, Morgan Ashley Mott, Tate Jackson Mullen, Noah Chase Murphy, Chandler Alexandria Miria, Caroline Durant Musicari, Noah Kai Nakagawa, Haley Nicole Nazario Ramos, Catherine Mixon Neal, Alexandra Pearl Nesbitt, Samara Janae Nubia, Ivy Thee Wynn, Justin Kai Fat Wynn, Riley Vaughn Noth, Grady Woodrow Nutt, Madison Victoria Onyebeni, Brooke Olin, Amanda Michelle Oliver, Alex Albert Oslislow, Jacob Sherrill Owens Jr., Cameron Samore Park, Emily J. Parsawith, Annie Kamlesh Patel, Avi Rasik Patel, Dia Hitesh Patel, Isha Ashok Patel, Kesha Hasmukh Patel, Roshni Patel, Shivani Rajesh Patel, Emily Ann Pence, Sarah Claire Pillsbury, Madeline Grace Potier, Kyle Jordan Ratner, Emily Mary Reed, Caitlin Marie Refsnyder, Garrett Michael Reinke, Olivia Grace Riddle, Emma Page Riley, Gabrielle Rivers, Catalina Alejandra Roa, Jennifer Robinson, John Hayward Robinson Jr., Riley Ann Ruyak, Olivia Noel Sammartino, Jenna Marie Sattel, Haley Marie Satterfield, Paige Louise Sauer, Bridget Ann Scaglione, Valerie Ann Schaefer, Ashley Nicole Schmidt, Jolena Angela Sensenbath, Claudia Elise Sentman, Shelby Ann Seymour, Logan Jean Short, Eleanor Abigail Shuck, Connor Joshua Simon, Ryan Michael Singletary, Colette Slatus, Katie Elizabeth Slick, Alasia Nicole Smith, Emily Rose Smith, Jacqueline Elizabeth Smith, Janie Lucille Smith, Shamar Coyote Smith, Ashley Lauren Stammer, Madeline Helena Stewart, Marcus Still, Ryan M. Stover, Emma Catherine Stratton, Bailey Aurora Stuck, Jule Frances Molinito Suarez, Dylan Viet Ta, Meredith Ashley Talon, Hongwei Evan Tan, Claire Elise Tarleton, Sophia Tavakol, Sarah Victoria Teal, Ashley Lynn Thurber, Lily Taylor Toy, Allison Christine Tracy, Reagan Mayfield Truesdell, Anastasia Eleftheriou Tsikalaikis, Shannon Elizabeth Tully, Avery Virginia Wakefield, Nathaniel Douglas Henry Wakefield, Caleb Michael Wallace, Caroline Rose Walsh, Madeline Audrey Ward, Abby Marie Whitecamp, Sydney Ella Welch, Cameron James Wormy, Peyton Noel White, Caroline Grace Wilbraham, Taylor Callista Williams, Lauren Elizabeth Williamson, Eleanor Clark Witherspoon, Olivia Lee Woodison.
Ladies and gentlemen, our final graduate, Michael Yan.
Was this at all? I said I'll give you plenty of time to celebrate. Come on, congratulations, class of 23. Let me also apologize on behalf of the empty seats, because this is something that I didn't like and I think many of you don't like. I much appreciate those of you in the early stages that stayed here to celebrate with the rest of your paying folks. At this time, I would like to ask our newly commissioned ROTC officers to stand. Do we have any ROTC officers that they receive their commission? And now, will all graduates who are veterans join them in standing to be recognized? Thank you all for your service. Do we have any veterans? Congratulations to all who have received degrees today. Today, you're also joining the ranks of our USC alumni who represent the university throughout the world. Here to welcome you on behalf of the University of South Carolina Alumni Association is its president, Scott Moise.
Good afternoon, family, friends, and fellow graduates. I'm happy to be here today with you to celebrate this milestone. You are now truly part of the remarkable we. Graduates, you may not have known when you first chose Carolina that you were embarking on a lifelong connection with our great university. But now you are joining a network of more than 340,000 system graduates who are collectively and individually making a significant difference in this world. As president of the Alumni Association and on behalf of the association, I'd like to congratulate you for the hard work that brings you to this extraordinary occasion today. You have grown as individuals and you have added value to the university. We are proud of you. I challenge you now to honor your time at Carolina by helping those who will come after you by being an engaged member of the Alumni Association. Be a mentor Engage with an affinity council or a geographic club in your area, or if there isn't one, start one. And encourage others and advocate for our university as we work to make our state, our nation, and our world a better place. Always remember, you're a student for a short time, but you're a Gamecock for a lifetime. Thank you, and forever to be.
Thank you, Ms. Moise. Graduates, if you are ready to move your tassels, please stand. Now we'll do it together. On the count of 3, signify your new status as a University of South Carolina graduate by moving your tassel from the right side to the left side of your mortarboard. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, USC alumni. You are now our greatest ambassadors. I want to thank our announcer, Kirk Randazzo, Chair of the Department of Political Science, and to our sign language interpreters, Leslie Klipak and Joshua Van Tonkelar, and to our musicians. We will now have the benediction to be delivered by Reverend Nichols, after which Mr. Michael Intua Injibawicz will lead us in singing the first verse of the Alma Mater, the words of which are printed at the front of your program in case you don't know it. We will then have familiar and special music for our graduates, followed by the recessional of the platform party and the faculty. Please stand and remain standing during the recessional.
Dear Heavenly Father, when we reach the finish line of an endeavor for which we have worked so hard, our most common emotion is relief. I have made it. Despite our tendency, grant us the blessing of reflection and thankfulness for those who have loved us so well and who enabled such a great accomplishment. Your fellow students, your teachers, your family, your friends have loved you well through their guidance, encouragement, and discipline. Because of them, you are here. With their help, you have done what you wanted to do. We wish to celebrate this accomplishment by reflecting with thankful hearts that we are not here by accident and that the hard work in the past is to prepare us for the hard work that lies ahead. What comes next will necessitate humility, for it is in humility that we serve. Father, please bless these graduates with wisdom, mercy, and grace. Be a blessing to those they will serve, who they will work with, and they will celebrate in life's many circumstances. We thank you for bringing them this far and ask for strength for the rest of the journey. Amen.